We want to get right to the latest on that deadly building collapse in Florida overnight. Crews identifying the 4 people that were pulled from the rubble.
Sadly, not the news those families were hoping for. Search and rescue teams have been working all through the night to find survivors. Here's what we know right now. At least 9 people are confirmed dead.
And there are 152 people still missing this morning, with more than 400 search and rescue workers combing through that wreckage.
And the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Chief, who's in charge of that critical search and rescue operation. You see him there, Chief Andy Alvarez. We're going to talk to him live in just a moment. But first, TJ Holmes is leading our team coverage from Surfside, Florida, and he starts us off. Good morning, TJ.
Well, Robin, good morning to you. And you have rescue teams quite literally living on site. Just across the street from where I am, you have temporary shelters set up for them. They are literally living here as a part of this 24/7 rescue operation. Unfortunately, over the weekend, it was more recovery. The number of dead confirmed has now gone up. And you have more and more families still waiting for word about their loved ones. And there's still a rescue operation. But as they're waiting for word about their loved ones, there are also so many questions about how this could happen in the first place.
Officials identified 4 more victims overnight. Among them, 26-year-old Luis Bermudez and his mother. As the desperate search for survivors enters its 5th day, this morning, crews and officials working around the clock, refusing to give up hope.
We just need a few more miracles each day.
The death toll climbed to at least 9 overnight, more than 150 still unaccounted for. Crews digging a trench 125 feet long, 20 feet wide, and 40 feet deep to help with the search. And rescue teams arriving from Israel and Mexico to support the operation. 6 to 8 squads scouring the massive destruction at any given time, pouring through the rubble left behind after this horrifying moment of collapse. This whole section of the Champlain Towers south now gone. 12 stories pancaking to the ground the way the building collapsed, leaving some hope that voids or pockets of air could form in the rubble, large enough for someone to survive.
I would think for the next month we could be holding out hope and trying to get through the entire wreck.
And now, new questions about the Champlain Towers. The city of Surfside releasing documents from 2018 estimating the cost was $9.1 million to address issues raised in a 2018 report that found major structural damage to the concrete below the pool deck, including failed waterproofing. An engineering report from that same year identified significant structural damage to some parts of the building. But when a Surfside Building Department official met with Champlain Towers South residents just weeks after that report was released, a former resident telling NPR they were assured the building was safe.
The town of Surfside said to us that the building was not in bad shape. And no one ever told us that that building was in such bad shape. No one.
Now, concerns growing about the tower's sister buildings nearby. These photos from Champlain Towers East showing chunks of concrete missing from columns in the parking garage. One expert tells us the damage in those images alone would not cause a complete system failure, but some residents refusing to take any chances. Fiorella Terenzi, who has lived in that building for 21 years, now leaving over fears her home could collapse and health concerns.
I wanted to stay. I wanted to help the community. At the same time, the mix of dust, smoke, fire, pollutants, the air started to be very difficult for me to breathe.
Also this morning, growing concerns over Champlain Towers North, similar in construction and age to the building that collapsed. Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett says they're urging people to evacuate, but not mandating it.
I don't know if I'd be comfortable staying in that building until I knew for sure that they had done a comprehensive top-to-bottom study on what's going on with the systems in that building.
So, Robin, hope is the word here, because the 2010 earthquake in Haiti, someone was pulled out of that rubble after 27 days. 2013, Bangladesh, you had someone pulled out of the rubble after 17 days when a building collapsed there. 1995, you had a woman pulled out after 16 days after a building collapsed there. So until otherwise noted, no matter how unlikely it may be, the fact of the matter is it's not unprecedented that after situations like this, people are found in rubble and are able to survive. So, Robin, until otherwise noted, hope is the word here in Surfside, Florida.
I can imagine so. And TJ, you traveled there to the scene shortly after it happened at the end of last week. What is it like on the ground there this morning?
On the ground here, the media has actually been moved from where we were. We were much closer to the scene a few days ago, but you had so many people coming by wanting to see the scene. And you also had so much smoke in the air, the smell in the air of smoke, those little fires. So now the press has been moved away, and they've moved some of the people coming by just to take a look. They've moved folks back because they need that area for the operation, and more search teams. We have people coming from overseas. We have people coming from other countries to help with this rescue operation. So they are absolutely using this, and they need that scene as a rescue. Again, Robert, I can't emphasize that enough. This is a rescue operation that is still taking place right now, and 150 people unaccounted for. Like I said last week, that's 150 potential miracles waiting to happen for these families.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.